everybody, my name is Smarty, short for Smarty Reads, and welcome back. Today I'm going to read chapter 10 of Campfire Mallory. It's called Color War. Before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Also, share this video with your friends and family so they can watch me read as well. If you would like to email me or talk to me virtually, check the description box for my email. Other than that, let's begin. Color War. Camp Blue Lake Words of Wisdom. Color your days bright. Hold still, says Corinne. I tilt my face up so while she puts green glitter shadow on my eyelids. I'm so glad we're both on the green team, she says. I smile like I'm glad too, but the truth is I'm not so glad. I look around my bunk. Natalie and Brooke are painting each other's nails red because they're both on the red team. Nikki and Molly are tying yellow ribbons on the ends of each other's braids. I think back to last night's dinner when Uncle Al read off the teams. I couldn't believe when I heard Marianne and Taylor were on the yellow team, Joey was on the blue team, Max was on the red team, and I was on the green team with Corinne. And then at the top there is Nikki and Molly. I would have rather been on any other team, even Max's, than on a team with Corinne. Ever since we got to camp, I've had to do everything with her. Time for the color war to begin, Sandy says. She holds the bunk door open as we march out up to the field where the teams are meeting. When we get to the field, it looks like a four-color rainbow. Everyone is wearing t-shirts in their team colors. Corinne and I go to the green team meeting place. Our team is already cheering. Go green, everyone screams. Andy, senior camper and captain of the green team, puts her hands on her hips. If you want to win Color War, you're going to have to yell a lot louder. Our whole team yells go green at the top of our lungs. And we're not the only ones yelling. The blue and yellow and red teams are all cheering. We're all cheering for their team to win. Campers, your attention please, Uncle Al shouts through a megaphone. In a few minutes, Color War will begin. But before it begins, I want to wish all four teams good luck. Today is not about competition. It is also about teamwork and having fun. Team spirit and having fun. Work together, work with your teammates and help each other. Winnie, who is also on the green team, rolls her eyes. I bet he's about to give us some words of wisdom too. And Winnie is right. And at the top there's Winnie. Camp Blue Lake Words of Wisdom for the day. Color your days bright. Winnie shakes her head. I have no idea what Uncle Al is talking about. Actually, I don't either, but neither of us has long to think about it because Andy starts asking for volunteers. Color War is made up of several sorts of competition between the four teams. Andy explains, it's my job as captain to organize our team to compete in all of the activities. Who wants to compete in the swimming race? She asks. I raise my hand. Corinne raises her hand. Mallory and I can do it together, she says. This will be fun. And then to the left there's Corinne raising her hand. She says after Andy writes our names down, I can't believe I'm doing something else with Corinne. I cross my arms across my chest. I don't say a word until Andy asks for volunteers to go to archery, gymnastics, land sports, guitar, and canoeing. Some of these activities sound like fun, but I know if I raise my hand, Corinne will too. Okay, team, says Andy, I have a special job. Who wants to go to the craft shop and paint the team sign? My hand flies up before I can stop it. I'll do the sign, I say. Great, Andy says. I need one more sign painter. And faster than I can say go green, someone else raises a hand, and that someone is Corinne. We do another team cheer, and then Andy sends everyone off to their activities. Corinne and I walk to waterfront. I don't say anything while we walk. I can't believe Corinne signed up for the same activities I did. I feel like no matter what I do, she does it too. When we get to the waterfront, Mike, the diving counselor, tells us we're competing in a backstroke race. Team with the fastest time wins. Corinne and I start walking down the dock to our station. Then Corinne stops. Mallory, it's really hot out here. Did you put on sunscreen? I shake my head no. I'm going to run back to the cabin to get some, says Corinne. I look at the end of the dock where the other teams are lining up. Hurry! You don't want to miss the race. I'll hurry, says Corinne. I hope she hurries. I walk to the end of the dock and line up with the campers from other teams. I look at the beach. No sign of Corinne anywhere. Mike starts counting campers. We should have 2 campers from each team, he says. We're short 1. I explain to him that Corinne went to get something and that she'll be right back. Mike looks at his watch. We can wait for a minute, but not much longer. I look at the beach again and up the hill. Still no sign of Corinne. Mike wipes a bead of sweat from his forehead. We need to get started, says Mike. If we don't have 2 swimmers, I'm afraid the green team will be disqualified from this event. He looks like he's sorry he has to say that. I look up the hill for Corinne. Where is she? Mike blows her whistle and kids from yellow, blue, and red teams take their turns doing the backstroke. The red team cheers when Mike announces they won. Everyone needs to go to their next activity, Mike tells us. I walk down the dock towards a craft shop. I can't believe Corinne didn't get back in time and we were disqualified. As I walk up the hill, I see Taylor and Marianne. I run up to catch up with them. When I do, I tell them what happened on the dock. Ever since I got at camp, I've had to do everything with Corinne, I tell Marianne and Taylor. And no matter what we've done, whether it's cleaning our shelves neat or being waterfront buddies or trying to make french fries or going on an overnight or competing in a backstroke race, she's found a way to mess it up. I'm sure she doesn't mean to mess things up, says Marianne. And she seems nice, says Taylor. I know she doesn't mean to mess things up, and she is nice. I'm just sick of doing everything with. But before I can say who I'm sick of doing everything with, a familiar voice interrupts me. Sorry it took so long, says Corinne. I couldn't find the sunscreen. I look at Corinne. She has a funny look on her face, and so does Marianne and Taylor. Shouldn't you be on the dock? She asks. I swallow hard. I hope her funny look is a why aren't you on the dock look and not I heard what you said and I hope you weren't talking about me look. We were disqualified, I tell Corinne. And then at the bottom there's Mallory, Marianne, and Taylor. Corinne's shoulders drop. Is it because I wasn't there in time? I nod my head yes. Even though it was her fault, I still feel badly telling her, especially after what happened. I'm sorry, she says. I interrupt Corinne before she can say anything else. Let's make the sign. Okay, says Corinne. When we walk into the craft shop, kids from the blue and red teams are already making their signs. You girls need paint and paper, says Laura, the arts and crafts counselor. She points to Marianne and me towards the supply closet to get the paint. Marianne takes a plastic tub of yellow paint off the shelf. There's the green, she says. I take the green tub of paint off the shelf. When we walk outside of the supply closet, Corinne is already set up with paper and in a corner with the paper and sketching pencils. She waves to me. Mallory, over here. I toss the tub of green paint in Corinne's direction. She reaches to catch it, but when she does, something happens that I did not think would happen. That I did not think would happen. The lid comes off. Green paint spills all over Corinne. Her shirt and shorts and hair and eyes and even her eyelashes are covered in paint. Corinne Green is totally green. Everyone in the craft shop sucks in their breath. Corinne doesn't make a sound. I've never seen her so quiet or so green. Taylor and Marianne and Laura all rush over to her. Are you okay? Asks Taylor. Are you hurt? Asks Marianne. Laura hands Corinne some paper towels, but Corinne doesn't take them. She just stands there, dripping green paint. At least you're showing your team spirit, I say. I try to make a joke to get Corinne to laugh, but she doesn't laugh. And then there is Mallory, another person, Marianne, and Corinne, and neither does anyone else. In fact, no one is laughing. All they're doing is looking, and that thing they're looking at is me. Laura makes a funny look on her face. It's a "why would you throw someone a tub of paint without making sure the top was screwed on tight" look on her face. Taylor and Marianne have looks on their faces too, but nothing about their looks is funny. To me, they both have a "did you do it on purpose" looks on their face. I think about what I told them on the way to the craft shop. I was mad at Corinne, but I would never throw paint on her on purpose. I hope they don't think I did. I look at Corinne, and she has the same look on her face as Taylor and Taylor and Marianne. "Corinne, I'm so sorry. I didn't know the lid was on tight. Are you okay?" But Corinne doesn't look okay. It's like the paint is glued, and except for the look on her face, none of her parts are moving. Laura takes a deep breath. "Mallory, please take Corinne to the infirmary." Corinne doesn't look like she wants to go anywhere else with me, but I do what Laura says. Everyone is quiet as I take Corinne out of the craft shop. I think about Uncle Al's words of wisdom this morning. When he said to color your days bright, I didn't think this was what he had in mind. That's the end of that chapter. I'll see you next time when I read in the infirmary. Bye, everyone.